ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. Ben Affleck has brown eyes, and so does Batman. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Diamond Select Toys action figure review on the Netflix TV series Marvel Select Daredevil. Trying to pick this up, you can get it right now. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. Big thanks to Diamond Select Toys for sending this figure my way. If you want to see the latest from them, be sure to check their YouTube channel, link in the description below. And congratulations to Diamond Select Toys at 15 years. Yeah, man, wow, that time flies. Anyway, on the side we get a very cool image of Daredevil. Looks like it's from the comics, but it's definitely the Netflix design. And on the very back you can see a product shot. There's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's not much more on the side, not much more on the top, and not much more on the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Daredevil out of the packaging, and I like this figure. I actually have been having a lot of fun with this figure. He is a little on the skinny side, I think. Yeah, I think he could be just a little bit bulkier. Doesn't bother me that much, though, because Daredevil from the comics is fairly lanky, right? But I do remember him looking, I don't know, maybe just like a little bit thicker. But anyway, he does have a very cool base. They have this very cool system going on with their flight stand, which I really like a lot, so I want to take a closer look at that, and then we'll take a closer look at Daredevil. So we get this holy base over here. Yeah, you see all the holes right over there? Yeah, stupid joke. Anyway, dad joke, right? New dad, gotta make the dad jokes. But anyway, I do like this backdrop base that we get with this figure. It's very cool looking. I believe this is the loft to Matt Murdock's apartment, right? Or is it? I don't know. But yeah, it looks like this is like the whole sliding door that goes into his place. I do like how the floor looks. We get some nice looking cracks over there. You know, looks all rugged and everything. And you get some nice wash paint over it too, which looks really good. You can even see the brush strokes a little bit right over there. And you get all these ports right over here. And then you get some ports right over now and right there for the flight stand, which is awesome. I'll get into that in just a second, but I just want to look at the silver details right over there, which look really good. Nothing slides over or anything like that. We get some more details right here on the very top of it. You know, you can see some more cracks in there. I think that looks really good. So I like details like that. I think that looks great, man. Then nothing at the bottom or on the back of it. There's looking at the flight stand that comes with the figure. I mean, to show how tall it is, here's the Daredevil figure right over there. So it's a pretty sweet flight stand. It's like someone from Diamond saw an import flight stand and thought, what? I can do 10 times better than that. So you got a lot of stuff going on over here, but I do have minor gripes with it. So what's really cool is that you have these screws right over here in each of these joints. So you want to get your little tiny little Phillips screwdriver right over there so you can tighten and loosen these joints. So you can rotate this one back and forth. You could rotate it side to side, rotate it over here, and then same thing right over here. You get this shorter piece right there. They all click forward and back. And then my biggest gripe about this is that I wish this was a firmer grip with all of them, you know? So what's really neat about that, though, is that you can interchange them any way you'd like. So if you don't want to have it so high up, you can go ahead and take this off and just have a shorter stand like this and go ahead and port it into the back of the Daredevil figure. And you can remove it from the base that it comes with. Of course, as I had mentioned earlier, you could plug this into the backdrop base right over here, and that's pretty nifty. And as far as the accessories that go on Matt Murdock himself, you can see we get two pairs of hands. We get fisted hands, which you saw earlier, and then you get these baton holding hands, and the hands look pretty good. You know, nothing to really complain about over here. I like the sculpted knuckles right there. Look pretty sweet. I dig that. Nice little details in the gloves and everything. Then I really like the batons as well. We get some nice silver paint over here, which I think they could have added another coat, to be honest. It looks like you could see some red seeping through, you know. It's like this cut on my finger just never goes away. But anyway, yeah, you can see some of that silver right over there. It just could have been added a little bit more. But I do like the color red that we're seeing on the batons right there, and you can detach so you can have the two batons. Whack, 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 whack. So looking at this head sculpt, I do think it looks okay. I don't think they nailed the Charlie Cox likeness right here with the bottom half of his face. I think his chin is just a little on the long side, but I do think they captured the look of his mouth, because it kind of has a funny looking mouth, and the chin does look a little long. I do like that facial hair though. That's a lot of little beard growing right over there. I love the eyes. We get very nice bright red paint for the eyes. I think that is awesome. Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of flesh paint mixed right over there, or just blotched. I guess I'll try to take that off with an X-Acto knife. And looking on the side over here, I think the black looks pretty good right there. Nice sculpted wrinkles, and get those seams and everything in his helmet. So that looks pretty solid. I do feel like the figure is a little bit too purple. I don't know. I just see a little bit more of a purplish hue in it than I would like comparing it to the Marvel Legend over here, you know. They both kind of have a burgundy color to them, but this, I don't know, I just feel like maybe just a little bit too much purple in there. I kind of like the color that they went with on the batons a little bit more so I kind of would have liked to see this. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, but I don't think it's supposed to have as much purple in it as it does. We had some nice details in here regardless, you know. You can see some little silver spots right over there and right over here on the side. Nice wrinkles, like how the arms came out over here, you know, fairly lanky. And then looking at the torso, it doesn't look so bad, right? Just a little bit of a little unwanted paint right there. Yep, Juan Sanchez, you're gonna like that. And then looking at the belt, looks pretty good. I like that. Then there's Dare butt. Then there's the back again. Unfortunately, you know, with the articulation and stuff, you can see I had a lot of fun posing it around because I did scuff it up a little bit, and I'll get into the articulation in just a second. You know the routine. Oh, and I got to show off, you know, the batons going into the holster right there. So, you know, you want to go with the red side in first, and I guess at the beginning of the video I had it the other way around with the shorter one in the front, but they slide in here fairly easy. It's not tricky to do at all. Well, I'm having a hard time doing it. Come on, man. Stop being a hypocrite, Shartimus. Okay, so I didn't have a hard time doing it the other way around, so I'm going to put the smaller baton in the front. But yeah, that just works out a lot easier for me. So yeah, I recommend, you know, going this way right over here. So that looks pretty good. I like that. Then looking at the legs, I do like all the wrinkles. I like the big boots as well. So that came out pretty good. And a little sloppy right over there, but we get some nice laces and everything. Wish they sculpted the laces in the hinge if they could have done that. I like that we get a little bit of dirt on the boots. I always like dirty boots. Then we get some treads at the bottom, and we get some hole pegs. Now, before I get into the articulation, one thing I failed to mention is that I do feel like his right leg is a little bit longer than his left. I don't know. I've kind of had a little bit of a problem getting him standing straight up and down without leaning to his left. So, I don't know. If you have this figure, let me know if you have that same issue as well. But anyway, you can get his head moving up very far, which I dig. I like it. I can do that with the Daredevil figure. Can't move his head all the way down, and you get side-to-side movement over here, and no real head pivot. Shoulders move outward that much. You can move them down and rotate 360. No bicep swivel, which I kind of miss. He does have an elbow bend at 90 degrees and rotates at the elbow, and then all of 4 of the wrists swivel side to side and hinge up and down. And then you get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side. He crunches forward just that much and back that much. We get a waist swivel over here too. Oh, and he can pivot just a little bit right here at the diaphragm, but not as much as I'd like him to, just a little bit. He has a big old gaping crotch pits right over there, and then he could kick forward just that far up and equally far back. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees that bend in quite a bit. I really like that. He has the boot rotation, and then his ankles move down very far, they move up very far, and he has a beautiful ankle pivot. Now measuring out this select Daredevil figure, you can see that he's standing just a little over 7 inches tall. Then comparing this Netflix Daredevil figure next to some other Marvel Select MCU figures that I'd like to see him interact with at some point in the future, we have Black Widow and Spider-Man. And I don't really like the height of this Daredevil now that I see him next to these two figures. I wish he was taller, right? He should be taller than both of these characters, I think. And then comparing Daredevil to another MCU Select figure, we have Ant-Man from the Civil War movie, and this is the height I would kind of hope for Daredevil. I don't know. Let me know if you agree with that or disagree with it, and aren't they both kind of leaning to the left a little bit? They both have a little bit of that smooth criminal syndrome. Then for your Netflix Daredevil comparison, we have the Hot Toys Netflix Daredevil and the Marvel Legends Netflix Daredevil compared to the Marvel Select. And I guess I have to take back what I said about earlier in the color right over here. It does look closer to the Hot Toy right there, so it's not too far off. Then comparing this Daredevil to your average 6-inch scale figure, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. And yeah, for a Select, I wish he was taller than Spidey right over here. I mean, bringing in the Marvel Legend again, you know, he's just a little bit taller. I don't know. And here's the Daredevil figure attached to his base. And again, I really like this a lot. That is very cool. Uh-oh, it looks like he's sniffing the baton, but you know, I thought it was a pretty good pose, right? Not too shabby. Gets a little tricky, you know, making sure you're balancing the stand correctly. You have to make sure that you remember which exact screw that you tightened, because you don't want to try to bend those if you've tightened it too much, because then you might snap it. I haven't had any breaks or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you know, be careful with that. Hey, come on, stop sniffing your baton. There you go. That's a little bit better. But anyway, I do like this piece a lot. If this was your only Daredevil or Netflix Daredevil figure in your collection, you should not be disappointed at all. Again, I had a great time posing this guy around, and I took a bunch of pictures, so please stick around for the photo gallery at the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of the review, let me know what you think of this figure. If you want to see more ShartimusPrime videos, and I hope you do, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell to ensure my videos pop up in your feed. I have to thank all these people over here for for supporting this YouTube channel. I have more Shartimus Prime perks coming your way, so stay tuned for that, you beautiful patrons. Also, if you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at marvelousnews.com. And do not forget to follow me on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Links to all that stuff in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm gonna play with my toys today. 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 Well, I don't care what the strangers say. I'm gonna play with my toys today.
That's crispy.
Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.